A Valentine's Day message from the single side. This is a little message to all my Facebook friends who are in a relationship, no matter how fragile, and no matter if you answer, well, I'm single, but I'm seeing someone. This day is for you. You may right now be considering giving up your fragile relationship. I get it. Here it is, Valentine's Day, and you're on Facebook because the SOB you're with is at a gas station buying some cheap gift because someone at work told him it was Valentine's Day as he was leaving. He knows he's screwed. The flower shops are already closed. Walmart ran out of flowers hours ago. I know flowers better only be part of the deal too, not the whole thing. Well, I'm just going to give you a little check. You could be on the single side. What this means is that you kick Mr. Wonderful to the curb and join me on the dating scene. Let me tell you, ladies, it's all you hope for and more. You get to spend all of your free time looking through profiles online. You'll quickly discover that men don't know how to take pictures. There's the famous shot of the camera close-up. It's a nose and two eyes. There is a good picture of him with his ex-girlfriend. Don't worry, he scratched her face out in a way that can actually only be described as angry and scary. The general feel is if you look like this, but you're not a bee, then you're what I'm looking for. P.S. I still have some of her clothes you could wear. And could I call you by her name? I'm not really good with names, but I'm over her. Then there are the guys that have the pictures of themselves with their shirts off to show off their abs. They're also looking for someone they can talk to. You can tell from the picture, this guy's going to be loyal. He's looking for a lady he can adore and treat right. And just in case you didn't know that from the picture, he always puts it in his profile. He fails to mention that he only wants to treat her right for about a day, 2 if he really likes her. It really doesn't matter anyways because they never look like the photo. Hey, I'm not blaming them. Pause here for a second and imagine picking out a photo of you that is the sole determinant for whether a guy will give you the time of day. Pretty much the whole online dating life will depend on that photo. Come on, girls, it's not like they buy Playboy for the articles. And they don't read the profile either. If you want to know how busy the gym is, just text me. I'm there every day for at least an hour, and that doesn't include yoga. But alas, you come to the part where you get to pick out some guy, and then you get to email him. But first, you need to set up your profile. And in 150 words, describe to a guy why he would want to go out on a date with you. You really can only say, I'm fun, in so many ways. And no one's that fun. Now remember, this is a guy. He has lots of choices. For reference, think about sending the guy you're with out to get tampons. It's about the same. They're uncomfortable, they don't understand it, and they're going to just pick what's visually appealing because they don't care what's inside. Hope your photo's good. Now, after you muster the courage to email the guy that you've picked out and cleverly crafted over hours an interesting email, you send it off. To get, well, I hate to tell you this, no reply. You're good with rejection, right? I mean, really, really good with it. I mean, in a sick way, you kind of like it. Good, you'll be fine. So after sending out 5 emails, which are no longer cleverly crafted, but just say, hey, do you want to talk or not? For about 5 days, you will finally get a response. Yay! I knew I should be single and dating. The payoff. You will start sending several emails. He'll be cute and flirty. You will too. Oh, the possibilities. This is going to be the greatest guy ever. Eventually, the two of you will work up to a nervous phone call, which will lead to setting up the first date. And then you'll find yourself sitting in the lobby of a restaurant or a bar, waiting for the great guy you've been emailing to show up. All men need alcohol for the first date. You'll be there first. First rule of dating, the guy is never on time. You'll play with your phone and nervously watch the door. Every time it opens, you'll catch your breath a little because it could be him. Every guy that opens the door, you'll look over, trying to decide if it's him. And remember, you have to look cool the whole time. The door will open and a really handsome man will walk through the door. You'll tingle a little and blush as you catch his eye. And then a little thought will pop into your brain and it will say, "Oh God, please let this guy like me." And then his girlfriend will catch the door just before it closes and come through and grab his arm. You'll look away, feeling like an idiot and checking your watch. He's late. You'll give up on the door and start really playing with your phone and going over why it's good to be single and wondering what the hell you're doing. Then you'll feel a presence at the door. It's him. He doesn't really look like the photo, but he's here. You share dinner. It's nice. The conversation is okay. You end the night and no one really does anything. There's no more email. There's no calling. You weren't into him, he wasn't into you. But no worries, there are plenty of fish in the sea. So, repeat the above for 3 more dates. Okay, maybe 10. Then 5. Then it happens. The door opens. He is the beautiful guy. Oh, thank God. I love this guy. I can't stop talking. You stare into his beautiful eyes. They sparkle. You feel the back and forth. He's into you. You're into him. The date ends and he says, "We should do this again." You agree. You go home. You're floating on cloud 9. True love. This is why you came to the single side, to meet this amazing man. And then you wait. And then you learn about radio silence. Nothing. He doesn't call, text, or email. Or, if you're brave enough, return your calls, text, or emails. You're rejected in 3 forms of communication. Remember, you have to really like rejection. And now, the fatal blow. You go online to look at his profile, and it says, "Online. Now." He's looking for someone else. You're good with rejection, right? And you don't have any thoughts of insecurity, do you? So, you, the one with a relationship. You know when you tell him sometimes, "It's hard to tell when you love me." Good news! On the single side, you know. He's online now after the date. That means he's not that into you. There's no love. So even if you're disappointed and not really liking the feeling of rejection, it's okay. Because you have all your friends and family who are in relationships who will tell you, "You have to kiss a lot of toads. You're great. You'll find someone. Keep trying. You have to keep trying. Maybe you shouldn't be so picky." Well, let me tell you about picky. After weeks, okay, months of bad dates, picky is out the window. The first thing to go is what you think is good looking. You quickly tell yourself, "He probably looks better in person." And then in person, you tell yourself, "I shouldn't be so picky." The next to go is height. You don't like heels anyway. Then he no longer has to be fit or even average. He can be a few extra pounds. And if he has a job, he can be totally out of shape. After a few more months, it's okay if his occupation says artist or in between jobs. And lastly, it's okay if he lives with his parents. I mean, you want someone into family, right? So now you find yourself in the throes of dating. There are the big questions. Are we compatible? Do we want the same things in life? When do I sleep with him? Followed by the inevitable experience of radio silence post sleeping with him. Boy, that feels good. Did I mention rejection? And not only do you have to deal with getting him to like you, you have to deal with he likes you, but you don't like him. If you're nice at all, this is the worst part. You will then yourself turn to radio silence and not return his text or his calls or his emails. And you will feel like a bigger ass than when you didn't get a call back. You like yourself, right? Now, right in the middle of all this chaos, every year, yes, year, you're really too picky, will come two of the worst possible things. The first is your birthday. The worst because now you are old and alone. The second worst, Valentine's Day. Well, because it's a nice little reminder that you're alone and everyone, and I mean everyone else, is not. But not to worry, being single is great. You can do whatever you want. You can make all the decisions. And you are never waiting for some SOB who forgot Valentine's Day to bring home wiper blades from a gas station and sell it to you like he planned it the whole time. And if you're one of those lucky girls who is on Facebook right now to post how amazing your guy is and how he got a sitter and took you out for dinner and bought you flowers and a puppy and you couldn't be happier, well, I would just like to thank you in advance for that posting. I'm going over to Plenty of Fish to see if the date I had this weekend is really going to call me back or if he's online now. Happy Valentine's Day! Love's great.